In D.C. Congressman Costa, thanks a lot for joining us this morning. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. It's always great to be on Great Day.
Thank you, sir. You know, yesterday, President Trump announced that he will investigate our high-speed rail project. We've been talking about that this morning here on Great Day. He called it one of the worst managed projects ever. But you've been a staunch supporter of the project thus far, secured billions of dollars for it. What do you think about the president's call for an investigation on it?
Well, I welcome him to come and join and be of some assistance. I mean, big things are hard to do, and he's overstated. God, he's overstated the amount of the cost overruns. Much of it's been a result of people deliberately trying to kill the project through lengthy legal injunctions to stop construction. And during that time, of course, construction costs have gone up. But the fact is that we need to invest in our infrastructure, both in water, in transportation, long overdue projects, and big things are hard to do. He wants to join in here like other parts of the world in Asia and Europe where they built state-of-the-art high-speed rail projects in recent decades. We would welcome his participation because ultimately we can get it done better and faster if he in fact wants to be engaged in a constructive way.
You talked about investing in water, and the president did say that the Army Corps of Engineers basically turned on the faucet to the Central Valley with 2 billion gallons of water released on Sunday. But the president had said that water will help the people of Los Angeles, but none of it goes there. How will this water impact local ag right now, as part of it is going into the dry Tulare Lake bed?
Well, fortunately, they've stopped the releases back to what they previously were last week. However, again, the president is wrong. This water is not going to for containment of fires in Southern California. It would be very difficult to get there. This was unprecedented. And by the way, the fires are already contained. And the realization that that water that belongs to farmers for irrigation this spring and this summer has been lost. We total right now about anywhere from 7 to 10,000 acre-feet of water is unfortunate because we're below our average rainfall and snowpack in the Sierra. That water belongs to farmers. The federal government runs the dams, of course, for flood control purposes, but the realization that they made these decisions without checking with the local water districts for that very valuable supply of water makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, it appears that there is a disconnect on information, misinformation. Let's stick with this water and the help, the help for Los Angeles. It's our understanding, especially according to Cal Matters, that Governor Newsom is in Washington, D.C. today to talk to the president about helping Los Angeles County recover after the devastation of the wildfires. Do you plan on seeing the governor, and how do you think that meeting shall go? And what kind of help do you think the president could give to L.A. with or without strings attached?
Well, the president can be very helpful as long as there's not strings attached, and I think that we thank him for coming out to California in the last week to view firsthand the damage, to talk to the firefighters, these brave first responders who put their lives on the line with winds going 80 to 100 miles an hour, fires moving 4 football fields in 1 minute. Obviously, there's nothing that you can do with that force of destructive power. But let me say that FEMA has supported parts of our country through hurricanes, through tornadoes, through earthquakes, through floods, through droughts. In Louisiana alone, in 20 years, we have provided $132 billion beginning 20 years ago with Hurricane Katrina, and then most recently the last 2 hurricanes without strings attached. California should have the same sort of support from our federal government that we've given other regions of the country. To attach strings to it makes absolutely no sense. It's punitive, and it really is I think, a situation in which the California delegation is strongly united. I hope the talks go well with the governor and the president, And obviously, we want the federal government's support, just as they've supported other regions of the country when they've had natural disasters.
Yeah. You know, it's been about a year and a half, I think, since the House passed the Emergency Wildfire Fighting Technology Act, trying to enhance wildfire response with an aerial firefighting system. Can you give us an update on this legislation?
Yes, Congressman David Valadao and I have been working on legislation to try to provide greater support for managing our forests and giving the ability to suppress fires when they do come. The containerized aerial firefighting system that you speak of is up for a vote today on the floor. I believe it has overwhelming bipartisan support. It will give the United States Forestry Department another tool when they contract out for aerial efforts to put out these fires and to try to get on them early before they become of large sizes, so that it becomes much more difficult, as we've witnessed in fires on the High Sierra in the recent years and also in Los Angeles Basin just in the last month.
I am pushing it with the time that I have allotted with you, but I have to ask you, Congressman Costa, about tariffs. I know they were threatened. They're off for about a month, but how do you think possible tariffs could affect your constituents?
They could be very harmful. I'm opposed to a tariff war. Everybody has that strategy. As the Prime Minister of Canada and the President of Mexico indicated yesterday, when the President decided to put a pause for 30 days, the realization is this is a tax on American consumers and producers, and our farmers will be punished as a result of that, because we ship a great deal of dairy products into Mexico. Canada is one of the largest purchaser of wine, California wines, and oil. 20% of our oil that we use in the United States, if we put a 25% tariff on that oil, would cost anywhere from 30 to 40 cents a gallon for American consumers when they fill their gas tank. Tariffs are a tax, again, let me repeat, on consumers, American consumers and producers. Not a good thing.
Congressman Jim Costa, thank you very much for your time this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.